Hey guys, welcome back to Vince Felt Custom. So today I'm going to share with you this cable statue that my friend had done for his own personal collection. It is a holy grail for him. And when I say holy grail or a grail statue, I always mean that you like the statue, you love this character, or you like this style, and that's the item you want on your shelf in the worst possible way. It's not because it just looks cool or whatever, it's because like you love this character. So my friend is a huge Cable fan, and he loved Cable during the Ian Churchill era when Ian Churchill was drawing him up. So he had this done. Now I want to explain that he is not making copies of this to sell. No one else is going to have this statue. It's for his own personal collection. Yes, he did spend money. He paid the sculptor. He had to pay Ownage to print it. Ownage actually printed it, and then they made a casting of the print. So he gets the print and he gets a resin casting of it, and that's all that's being done. He is not making any others. So once you guys see the statue, if you love it and you think it's great, sadly, I'm sorry, no one else is getting a copy of this. You would have to go through somebody else to kind of make up your own. But it was really well done, and I actually did help him with this statue. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to post up some pictures, and you can see like my arrows in my Photoshop to help him how he tweaks some of this stuff. So he pretty much would ask me when he got the 3D image of it, and he would say, well, what do you think of this? Does it look like that? And since I was a graphic designer in Photoshop, I'm able to actually, instead of actually telling the sculptor, oh, you need to change this, I could actually do a Photoshop tweak and an arrow showing that this is what you should do, this is how you should take this in, or you should add this. And it helped him go back to the sculptor, and the sculptor could actually see, oh, that's what you mean. Instead of just saying, oh, I need you to tweak this, I need you to tweak that, you know, you get to see. So I'm going to stop the video. You can see these little pictures of how I tweak some stuff, and then we'll go from there. But real quick, the body was sculpted by AVI Sculptor. I think that's who it was. And then the head was sculpted by Tony Cipriano. So he had two different sculptors sculpting it, and it just came out like a grail. So let me stop the video, and then we'll come back and I'll show you all the pieces and how everything worked out. Alright, so you pretty much see some of the tweaks, and the statue came out really well. And like I said, my friend really wanted this style of Cable on his shelf. So he really wanted this nice, bulky, you know, overly the top, like, you know, big Cable. You can see how big just the upper body is in my hands. You know, it's like bigger than a softball. He one of these little things too, like if you watch the X-Men cartoon when Cable was in there, he had the gun pretty much sculpted like in that style. So like, you know, he had the Cable sculpted this way, he added the gun from the cartoon, and then he had Ian Churchill style face sculpt done, and it's just phenomenal. And I helped him do a lot of Photoshop work on this just to kind of get this to where it wants. Now I think this is great. I think Tony did an amazing job on this head to really get that, you know, looking like Ian Churchill style. And I love Ian Churchill's work on Cable, because I was reading those comics too, but I like Ian Churchill, Nate Gray from Age of Apocalypse drawings. And I told my friend who did this statue, I said, man, if I had the money, I would chip in with him and we would get a Nate Gray done just like this. But sadly, don't have that kind of money, and he's pretty much tapped out too, because like after the money he spent with this, he's pretty much done with the hobby, at least for now, because he just is the thing he wanted. So it's really great. I'll probably stand him up in a second. We'll turn off the camera, but I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of how this all worked out. Ownage did a really great job of keenness. You can pretty much see how big he is. I mean, just look at that body. I mean, it's just it's fucking awesome. So, excuse my language, but it's just awesome. I mean, he did a really great job. As far as putting it together, Ownage did a really great job because of the way all this stuff comes out. So I think, you know, these I mean, I gotta find out all the pieces, but like stuff like this, Ownage did a good job where they cut off these pieces here. These go on the shoulders. So this wouldn't have been able to be casted up because there's a little gap under here. But you can see that, you know, these pieces go on here pretty well. Let's see, you know, the head fits in here good too, you know. So what my friend wanted me to do is he wants me to paint up 2 heads, because we're going to, I got this little plastic thing, we're going to put like a little glow in the eye on this one, and then this one we're going to leave regular. You know, we got the knee pads. Let's see, this one, no, this one doesn't go there, does it? Or does it go this way? No, it goes on this one. So, yeah, it's a little bit, so, you know, the knee pad goes there. I mean, owners broke it down really well. Everything looks great. His techno organic virus arm, I'm sorry, goes, how does it go? Goes like that. There we go. So it goes like that. So I'll be able to chrome out this arm separate and attach probably. He was asking me if I can add magnets to it. We're going to actually see. Only it might be a little difficult because this key is so deep. So if I added a magnet there, it might, you know, probably with the head. So I don't know. I have to kind of plan all this out. One of the cool things too is he asked Ownage to print up a clear resin hand. So you can see there's a nice clear resin hand, and then here's the regular hand. So it's pretty cool because that hand, you know, he's going to have like his power, so it's going to be like a yellow hand glowing. So it's going to be like around that time when Cable was able to use his telekinesis a little bit too. We're going to, for the base, we're going to kind of talk about the base. We were talking about we can add anything to the base. So my friend Meta John does a lot of this inscribing stuff on wood, so I told him, I said maybe we could do the thing that my friend did, which was the Xavier Institute for Mutants plaque on front of the school, and we could break it and we could put it on the base. And one of the other things I mentioned to him, I said maybe what we could do is we can sculpt a Silver Surfer board, and we could break the Silver Surfer board, so when he's standing there and he has his hand down like that, the board is broken, because that one storyline where Cable was fully powered and he didn't have those techno-organic virus stopping his powers, he was able to break Silver Surfer's board. It was a great storyline. And my friend was like, that would be an awesome idea. So I told him, I said, we can do extra stuff like this on the base and you don't have to pay a sculptor and then print it out because it's way too much money. The way I work it is I can do it like a generic base and we could just do all kinds of add-ons to it. So he was kind of cool with that. But you know, I mean, let's see, where's the other arm? So we got this arm here, and then we got this, whoops, stuff, so, I gotta be careful with all this stuff, but you got this, look at me, look at the size of that gun on my hand, it's freaking awesome. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the camera, I'm gonna try to set him up on the ground, because he does stand fairly well, so you get a little bit of a better idea. But like I say, this is an awesome kit, really well done, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The reason why I'm doing the video now, though, is because this is not going to be until a 2018 project. He came, he dropped everything off, and I wanted to get a video of it, and then pack it all up, because I don't want it collecting dust until I'm ready to work on it. So let me stop the camera, I'll get him set up a little bit, so you guys get a better idea of what he looks like, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I'm able to kind of get him steady up as that much. I didn't want to put him on the desk, because if the desk kind of jiggled, it'll fall apart, and then I don't want anything rolling off the desk and breaking, because this is the only casting. Like I said, my friend still has the, whatchamacallit, the printed version, just in case. But, you know, it's awesome. So, you know, I guess this is kind of like the future of the hobby in a way. I mean, you could find a sculptor who does amazing anatomy, like they just knock out anatomy the way you want it, but maybe they just can't match a style of an artist and another guy can. So with 3D sculpting, you could say, okay, like, dude, I need you to sculpt this body, but after the body's done, I want to send the file to this guy who can do this face like this artist, and then you can roll that out. So, you know, I guess that's kind of the option. I mean, that's always been the option in a way with traditional sculpting, but you would have to have somebody sculpt the body, and then you would have to send that sculpt to the other sculptor. So, but with 3D sculpting, you could just email a file over, and then you're ready to go. But it works out pretty good, and like I said, it's a grail for him, and it's going to be the only one out there on his shelf. And you know, it's expensive. It is not cheap. But, I mean, if you think about it, by the time you keep buying statues and selling, you're never getting your grail. You might as well just kind of find someone to make your grail, or, you know, the cheaper option is if you like a statue that's out there, but you want to convert it to the character you love, you can do that. So there's lots of options, you know, it's just, you know, there's just things you can do. It's just, you know, but it came out pretty cool. So, in the comments if you guys are interested. When I start this in 2018, if you want to see work in progress video on it, let me know. If I really don't get too much of interest in it, I'll just pretty much do it on the side, and then we'll do a final video. But hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully I give you guys some idea that 3D printing, if you know some Photoshop work, you can really do some helping the sculptor, what you're talking about, and go from there. So there you go. That is Cable Ian Churchill. Hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully it gives you some ideas of future customs or ideas you guys are looking to do. And like I said, I'm sorry if you contact me, there won't be any copies of this being sold, but it's a really cool item. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.